Well, afternoon, it's a new video. My name is Stephen, this is Pamela. Hello Pamela.
Hello Pamela.
So we are Cold Blooded Sports, and if you don't know what Cold Blooded Sports is, we are an ice hockey store based in Scotland, in Paisley in Scotland, and we basically fix things. We sell ice hockey equipment and we vlog basically what we do on a day-to-day basis. So it is 12 minutes past 12 on Friday the 18th of July, and we are here, and there is a couple of things that we've obviously got today that we've got to do. So one of the things I will touch upon in a little while is Irvine Flyers legend Danny Murray has given me his helmet to fix. As we can see, it's seen better days, it's broken. So because it is a Royal helmet, it's very, very difficult to try and find Royal helmets, especially in the UK, because it's not a very popular colour. Now, if you're looking at buying a Royal helmet, there's a long wait on the kind of helmets because it is special orders. Most of the suppliers will make Royal helmets, but again, they're not readily available from our UK suppliers. They have to come from Europe, and sometimes if they don't come from Europe, they've got to come from America or Canada. And if they don't come from Canada and America, they have to be specially made specifically for you. So I was training last night with the Irvine Flyers, and what happens is when I get to the ice rink, the North Air Junior Development are usually skating and training on that night as well. They're on before the Flyers. So this is basically what I have came back with. So I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets of steels that I have to do. I brought my own steels in as well. I thought I'd give you a quick update on the skate that I have repaired. That is absolutely solid now. It's ready to go back to the customer. So what I'm going to do is get the holder put back on, because the holder is sitting here. Put the tongue back in, put the laces back in, put the insole back in, put the guard on, and make sure that they are ready to go back to the customer. Another job that I've actually had as well, if you were watching in the previous video, it was the RM3 goalie stick. So this is going to be the unveiling of how good or how bad the repair is going to be. So I'll take that apart as well and see, take off all the plastic and the leg tape to see how that repair has went. Hopefully it feels pretty sturdy so far, so I'm hoping that the carbon fibre and the resin that I've put in there so far in the channel is going to be good enough. So I'll touch back with you guys in a little while once I finally get myself set up and ready to go. Like I say, there is a lot of stuff that has to be done today. These sharpenings all have to be done today for, I think it's a 4:30, 5 o'clock pickup. So that's not necessarily the worst of things, but I just need to make sure that everything is done and ready. Are you quite finished making noise, since you've made noise the entire time I've been recording?
I was in the middle of doing something.
Oh, were you in the middle of doing something? Would you like to tell the viewers what you were doing?
I went to the shop this morning and I got the sweeties for the customers.
Which you will eat 100%.
Probably. So I was just tidying up a bit. I spilt some juice in my bag got just so juice everywhere. So I was cleaning up, tidying up, getting my laptop out, getting it set up, ready to go.
Okay, right, well I'll come back and see you guys in a little while once I've finally got myself organised and set up. Right, so the plan of action, I have decided that I was a bit impatient. I decided to take the wrap that was on the goalie stick just to let you guys have a wee look at it. As you can see just here, if I can get this to just sit there just now, there is still a bit of a channel that's here. But as we can see, the carbon fibre that we cut up and chopped up and put in here, the carbon fibre chop, or forged carbon, is now obviously in place. Yes, there is a little bit overspill, and I am going to sand all this back because my plan is, it's very difficult to do this with one hand here. Hold on, let me see if I can get this to go. There we go. My plan is originally to try and fill this in a little bit more. If I can fill that a little bit in, then that's absolutely fine. Then my plan is to try and sand all this back, raise this part up, and then make that slightly thicker so that it's able to accept more carbon fibre in sheet form across this part here and all the way around. Now it looks as if it's more or less finished, but it's not. I am going to spend a lot more time on this one and try and see if I can get it looking a lot better than this. Yes, I understand delivery has been damaged. It's not going to stop the stick from performing. The stick, believe it or not, is, when I had done the channel and taken the channel out, it was very, very flimsy. But now, as we can see, it's very, very stiff, which is quite good. I'm really chuffed with that, again, because that was something that I'd never done before. And again, it's another string to our bow that we can now possibly offer stick repairs. It is going to be very difficult to do a lot of stick repairs because you've got a lot of time and a lot of effort that does go into them, and it's going to need to be done on days where we're actually closed, which is very, very difficult in the next couple of weeks or the next time being, because we are obviously in the process of moving house and we still haven't had a move out date yet. The offer, as far as I'm aware, has been accepted and it's went to lawyers and stuff like that, and we went through all of the security checks, all that kind of stuff, the anti-money laundering stuff. So that's something that we're in the process of doing. So in the next couple of weeks to a couple of months, there is a lot of work that's going to be happening out with the store. And then obviously when the actual sale of the house goes ahead, there is going to be a lot of work that's going to be happening in here as well. And what I mean by that is a massive restock. I digress. On to my next thing I'm going to talk about. So we spoke about the fact that we have Danny Murray's helmet here, but we have a couple of guys in the Flyers that we've actually done work for before. And believe it or not, there was actually top trumps cards made. And obviously we've spoken about people before, i.e. people that we've done work for. So in this one, we've got Graham Watson, aka Guns or Calfzilla or Quadzilla, depending on what way you want to look at it. That's obviously Guns' card there. We also have another player that I grew up watching. That's not to make him feel old in any way, shape or form. It is the legend, or Paisley Pirates legend, that is Phil Connor. And you can see Phil's games, goals, assists, points, penalty minutes, and his point per game average as well. Now this is obviously from 2009-2019. That is obviously 10 years worth of playing. So the other one that we're going to look at just now is Danny Murray, and this is obviously Danny Murray's helmet that we're going to be doing the work for. So if you look at that, in 183 games he had 257 goals, 370 assists, 627 points and 62 penalty minutes. Now, in his older age, I think he's become a little bit of an enforcer. He's taken a little bit more of the bans and the penalties and stuff like that, like most of the kind of older players do. They get fed up with playing against the young pups and then obviously take a couple of penalty minutes. But I don't know if this has been broken from a fight or if it's just been broken from the fact that the helmet is probably older than me. But just so that I can actually prove that I played with the Irvine Flyers, there you go. I played one season, 26 games, 20 goals, 15 assists, 35 points, 8 minutes in penalties, and a point per game of 135. So yeah, that's one of my things. My claim to fame is obviously one season with the Flyers, and then obviously I went on to the Mighty Mustangs, and I've been playing with the Mustangs ever since, and coaching and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm going to go on, get myself set up again, and I'm going to do some work on Danny's helmet, and then I'm going to try and see if I can get the sharpenings done, because the sharpenings are getting picked up in the next little while. Other than that, there's not really that much on today, so I'll try and take you along for the ride, as in time lapses and stuff like that, for fixing Danny's helmet. It is going to be an interesting fix because it looks as if the screws are relatively welded in there. Again, the ones on this side aren't too bad, but it's the ones in this side that may cause me an issue. They are pretty rusted. I've got to try and make sure that I get that off, and then I can get the visor sorted as well. As we can see with the way that the visor sits, it's not exactly much use, if I'm honest, but we'll try and see if we can save the visor and get the helmet refurbed and get it back to Danny before Monday. So none of this has went according to plan today. It's been an extremely busy day for sharpenings, and as we can see, we've got some that are still sitting there, some still up on the machine, and I've done about 15-20 already. So while I'm busy sharpening, Pamela's sitting talking. She's not taking anything to do with the YouTube channel, but she wants to be involved, and she has to be involved in the creative process. But her creative process right now is sitting talking to customers. Okay. Anyway, right, so I've still got 7/16, 2 quarters still to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skates still left to do, or 5 pairs still to go, 2 pairs done here. Still have Danny's helmet to fix as well, which is in a little bit worse shape than I thought, so there's going to be quite a lot of backfilling that's going to have to happen. I didn't realise that part was as broken as it is, and there's a bit missing, so I'm going to have to try and see about fabricating a part that can go alongside here. But we'll see what we can get done. Also, I've got a small repair, which is a silly one, but I'm going to have to try and put a piece of plastic across this here to try and make sure that the blades don't fall out. But that's just another repair that I've got on my list of things that I have to do today. Apologies, I took a little bit longer than I thought I was going to take to do this, and I decided to do it off a camera because I was full of concentration to make sure that I had this done properly. Now, when I got this helmet, this whole side of the helmet was off. Yes, it probably looks pretty rough, but at the same point it is now back on. So inside and outside has been basically melted back together. It is pretty solid, it's not breaking, it's not coming off. So all I have to do now is drill a couple of holes to make sure that I can put a visor through that. The other thing that I was doing at the same time, using the same method, I had some plastic left over that was from a glove, believe it or not. I actually put that onto the back of a skate box, which was broken. That's just something that it was just a wee extra helper. The steels were actually falling out of the skate box, so just to make sure that that stays in there and the steels don't fall out, I mean. So yeah, that was just an extra one. The steels were actually falling out the skate box when I got them, so what I did is I put a little bit of that plastic here, melted that into place, and then obviously kind of tried to melt it into position so it doesn't fall off. It's not exactly the greatest, but hey, it's functional again. It does a job and it stops them falling out, so at least the customer doesn't have to spend another £15 on buying a skate box. So anyway, that's me finished with that for today. Next thing I'm going to do is try and get this helmet put back together, get the visor put back on, get the holes drilled in it. Like I said, I need to drill the holes here. Then I can go on with doing some sanding on the warrior stick. Right, so after testing, I wasn't happy with the helmet, so I ended up went back to the drawing board and done a little bit more work. It's very rough looking. It probably needs a bit of finishing work done on it, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think I'm going to spend any more time on it because realistically it's now more sturdy than it ever has been. I would say it's more sturdy in the sense that it's more sturdy than what it came out of the factory like. So anyway, the same plastic that I had here that I used for the box, I put in the inside. I know it looks very, very rough. Again, it's not aesthetically pleasing, but at the same point, in my opinion, it is very, very sturdy. I've also done a little bit more of a weld on that area. It looks very, very rough. I understand it looks very, very rough, but at the same point, it is now able to be used again. I'm going to drill out the holes and then I'm going to get the visor put back on and stop messing about with it. If it does come back to me again to get it fixed, I'll need to find maybe a different type of plastic. The plastic that I was using today was bottle top lids. So basically, I don't know if you'll be able to see. I'll take you over and show you. Other brands of Iron Brew or Juice or whatever else is available, but basically that lid there is what I used to be able to melt that back together, or plastic weld it back together. That's one of the jobs I had to do today, and I'm not getting on to any of the other jobs because I was too busy with sharpenings today. So hopefully tomorrow I can get some more stuff done. If not, I'll probably be in again on Tuesday to be able to do some more stuff. Again, I don't know if I'll get much chance to do anything. I would usually say that I would have been in on Monday, but I'm obviously working all day Monday in the other job. So when I do get a chance to do some stuff, I'll make sure I film it and I'll show you what I do while I do it. My opinion with regards to the goalie stick, the one that is just sitting here, that is going to have to be finessed quite a bit, I think. It's not that I'm unhappy with it, it's just I think realistically if I'd have put a little bit more carbon on it while it was still wet and then pressed it down, it would have been so much more better, or so much better done. Again, this is all stuff that I'm now learning as I go. These helmet repairs and stuff like that, they're not something that I would have tried before, but just in the last little while I thought, well, the helmet was going to go in the bin if it couldn't be fixed. I'll give it a shot to see how it is. Obviously the customer knows that it's one of these ones where it may work, it may not work. The plastic on these helmets are very, very old and very, very brittle, but if you look at the other side is still relatively okay. I don't see many cracks in it, maybe one crack just there that I'm now just seeing. So again, I may have to do a little bit more work on that one tomorrow. I will try and see if I can get it a little bit more, how would I put it, finessed. But with regards to the other side, the side that is completely melted, looks like melted Play-Doh or plasticine, that is going to have to do for just now. Obviously there is different colours of plastic in here. There is the original plastic and then there's obviously a slight different colour of the Royal, but we'll see how we go. I'll see if I can get the other side fixed, and then that's me for today. So I'll tune in with you guys tomorrow, bright and early, 12:30. So again, I know I told you guys I would see you guys again tomorrow. It is now 7:47. I've been away from the shop for a little while, and then I come back after the gym. I probably came in around about 7 o'clock, 7:15. I had a funny feeling that I wasn't happy with something to do with the finish on the True Skate. So what I eventually did, believe it or not, is I resanded it all. So I've sanded it back just a little bit more. The reason being is I wanted to try and get rid of, there was a white line that was appearing because it was a join mark, or it was like a sewn in part of material that was part of the carbon fibre. So what I decided to do was try and sand it back as much as I could to try and get rid of that. I've got rid of most of it, maybe another 5 minutes of sanding will get it away, but I decided to take the top coat completely off. So I've sanded and scuffed up the skate as much as possible because I'm going to put another coat on. I wanted it to be perfect. You guys don't seem to understand that if I do something, I want to do it really well. Like, I don't like not being able to do it to the best of my abilities. It wasn't that the skate wasn't to the best of my abilities. It was really, really well done, in my opinion, and the customers that had came in that I showed the work to, they basically said, as far as they were concerned, they couldn't really tell there was a repair on it. I could. That's the problem. With this part here, I can tell because the top coat is very, very high. Basically what happened was when I put the resin on, there was a chip already in this part here, but I put a lot of resin in and blended it in as much as possible. This whole part here, you can see a couple of strands, and you can see a couple of strands here and that line. Most people won't be looking at this, but because of the way that my head works, it has to be right. So as far as I'm concerned, another 5 minutes of sanding, and then I'm going to do a gel coat, and then that's it, I'm leaving it. I'm not touching it again until it's nice and dry and hard, so that I can then put it all back together for the customer. So that is the plan. That is what I've been doing so far tonight for the last at least hour. So hopefully I can get this done quickly because I still have a lot of editing to do. Right, so it's 8:27. That's me finally finished. What I ended up doing was a lot more than I thought I was going to do. I ended up sanding back the skate quite a lot, and I've got it in the final gel coat stage. So it's obviously been gel coated now, sanded back. As you can see, the white line is gone. There is a wee mark just here. I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up, but that's just the initial carbon fibre that I had actually already put on, being sanded a wee bit further back. You can see some of the joins. The thing is that the gel coat's never going to be 100%, especially if you're doing it at home, unless you spend hundreds of time sanding it back and stuff like that. The other option I've got is, basically what I can do is do another sand over the top of it, like a wet and dry sand, and then I can varnish it with like a car finish, but I'm not going to bother because I think it looks good enough as it is. I was just not happy with a couple of wee bits with the carbon fibre, the way it was sitting. Hence why I took so long to do it. But I managed to do the other skate as well. Sanded that one back again, and then done the gel coat on that. And finally, I put my first piece of carbon fibre over this and gel coated that in as well. So we will see how that goes tomorrow when we finally get back into the store. Afternoon, it is 12:34 on Saturday the 19th of July. I've not long got into the store. We have a couple of sharpeners that have just literally walked in the door, and I'm just having a quick look at these just now. This is me, obviously left them overnight to set, and they look pretty decent. So there is a couple of runs on the carbon resin, or the resin just round about here, but I might sand them away and then give them a finishing coat again. But then again, I might not bother. I think, to be honest, it looks as if it's more or less finished. Quite happy with the way it turned out. Considering the fact that there was a hole in the side of the skate, there is obviously only a couple of areas where you could tell where the carbon fibre is joined. One of them is up here and one of them is here, but it looks as if it's blended in quite well.
Take my hand if you dare to stay. Feel the rush, take my breath away. If we fall, then we fall in flames. One more time, here we go again. Under the lights, we are transcending gravity. Pulse the rhythm like stars, we're never ending. We burn so bright, baby, the dawn is getting closer. Come near before it's over, we shine like supernovas. Under the lights, we are transcending gravity.
So here we have the final finished product. Skates have been pieced back together with new rivets, new steels, new coppers. Obviously the repair has been done here. I think the part I'm kind of more proud about is the fact that the part that was really rough here, I've managed to get it so it looks as if it's the same carbon. This part here obviously has been backfilled a little bit more. The reason being is there was a couple of wee nicks and stuff like that out of that part just there. But I'm quite chuffed with the repair, so that's them ready to go back to the customer. So it's 5:34 and that is today finished. It has been one of the days where we thought it was going to be quite quiet. It was relatively quite quiet sharpening wise, consistent with customers coming in every now and then.
Quite busy. A wee tiny lull, but mostly there was people in asking about stuff, wanting sized, sorting out stuff for the new season. And then we had a wee flourish at the end there, so that's why we're slightly later getting back on. How's it going, guys? It is 4 minutes past 9 on Sunday the 20th of July and I am in the shed, as we can see. The shed is like the home office, as you've probably already seen before. Most of my editing gets done in here. We are in the process of doing a little bit of editing tonight, and I've already done 2 or 3 videos. I managed to get 36 short videos up 3 times. When I say up 3 times, there's 3 different platforms. There is TikTok, there is Facebook, there is YouTube. So all of these are imperative to be able to keep your viewing up. One of the things I have noticed in the last little while, and I can only apologise for it, is that our viewership has kind of dropped a little bit. We are sitting at 348 followers at present, which is up slightly, but the views is down quite a lot and the watch time's down quite a lot. I can understand that the content hasn't exactly been the greatest in the last little while, so this is why I'm coming on to apologise about that. But at the same point, what I'm going to also be asking questions about is, do you like the way that we edit our videos? Only takes maybe a couple of seconds for you guys to maybe drop a comment down below in the comment section just to see if there's anything we could do differently. And I'm open to criticism, I'm open to people telling me what they like, what they don't like about the videos. One of the things that I've actually spent a lot of time on, and it's probably something that you might not think about, is the music in the background. Do you guys like the music in the background? Do you not like the music in the background? Would you like to see different styles of music in the background? Because I've come from like a musical background, like in school, and obviously being a DJ at times as well. I spend a lot of time in the background music, looking at different things, and obviously one of the things that we use is a website called Epidemic Sound, which is a monthly subscription. You go onto Epidemic Sound. Now this video is not sponsored in any way, shape or form, so it's a free plug for them. If you're obviously doing any videos, they give you access to thousands upon thousands of different songs, music, different genres, and obviously for a monthly subscription you pay it. So I'm starting to wonder if it's worth having it. And the reason why is I'm interested to know what you guys think of the music in the background. Not only the music in the background, would you like to see more or less of the personal stuff? The stuff that Pam and I do on a day-to-day basis out with the store, or would you like to keep it just in the store? Are you more interested in the ice hockey equipment? Are you more interested on the family life? Again, these are things which we would love to know, because the comments and stuff like that are pretty quiet at the moment, and I'd like to see if I could get the likes, shares, the comments, the subscribes up as much as possible. When it comes to the YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that, we don't make anything from it. The thing for me is because the YouTube channel is self-funded, and what I mean by self-funded is it's funded by myself. My time, my bank balance is the thing that pays for the subscriptions to the editing software, to the musical software, to a couple of different things where you have to pay subscriptions to be able to make YouTube videos and stuff like that. What I'm basically getting at is it would be good to see some supplementary income coming in from the likes of the YouTube channel, so that we can then utilise that towards product reviews and bringing in different products to review for you guys. One of the things that we are actually speaking about in the next little while is when the house is eventually sold. Some of the money that we're using from the house sale will be going towards restarting Cold-Blooded Sports Clothing. So again, in the next couple of months or the next couple of weeks, once the house is gone, we've got everything sorted with regards to the move. One of the things that we will be doing is adding in the clothing. So if you guys want to support the channel in any way, shape or form, you can obviously find the links in the description. There's none on there at the moment on the website, but there will be just links in the description going forward
with regards to clothing once that's finally done, and obviously some of the services that we do as well. Everything you can find about Cold Blooded Sports is on our website. We are in the process of something else that I wanted to come on and say to you is the partnership with KYC is going pretty well at the moment. And one of the things that they have actually come forward and said to us is they're available to get me palms for gloves, which means that palm repairs will be something that we will be offering going forward. Now, we had been doing that previously, but then obviously I ran out of palms because there wasn't a supplier in the UK that could get me them. Now I've managed to find another supplier through KYC, and KYC will be providing me palms for gloves going forward. Another thing that we've obviously just done recently was restoration of a pair of true skates, which you'll probably have seen in this video. You might have seen in the previous video how big the hole was, where the crack was, and obviously you've seen the final product. One of the things that we will be offering going forward, this is carbon fibre repairs on skates. So if you have a pair of true skates which are damaged, and you think that you would like them to be refurbished, it's something that we can then look at and then obviously go forward with. It's a lot of money that you're spending on a pair of skates, and in this day and age it's sometimes better just to be able to get them repaired and make do and mend. It's something that we're going to address in the next forthcoming weeks when we actually offer it as a staple on our website, a carbon fibre repair on a skate. The reason why I thought I would come on is, one, I needed to get the time up in the video because I've got OCD. I want to try and make sure that all of the videos are roughly anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes, and then obviously wanted to make sure that I could try and see if I could get some engagement from you guys. If you are watching the channel and you're an avid watcher of the channel, please go and leave a like for the channel because it only helps the channel get bigger. And subscribe to the channel as well, because the algorithm, a lot of people talk about it. It's a situation where if you like the video, you share the video and you watch the video and you're subscribed to us, it pushes us out to more people, and then obviously the more views that we get, the better for business it is for me and from a personal point of view, and obviously for the YouTube channel, because then the content will get better as well. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have made it this far in the video, like, share and subscribe. Tell your friends about Cold Blooded Sports, and finally, keep it cold blooded. See you in the next one.